Roll call.
Director Chacon?
Present.
Director Rigi?
Here.
Director Hawkins?
Here.
Director Stui?
Here.
Director Vasquez?
Present.
Director Camacho Rodriguez?
Present.
Thank you. Director, President Apodaca?
Here.
Thank you.
Director Hawkins, would you lead us in the invocation? And Director Arrighi, lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please bow your heads. Our Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for allowing us to meet in a group like this. We want to thank you for all your blessings that you have given us. Please watch over each and every one of us and all those that wish they were here or could be here, that you watch over them as well. And in Jesus' name we say,
Amen.
Amen.
Our flag is bright in color, brilliant in courage, and firm in faith. To these let us add our sincere pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated.
Public comments and presentations, do we have any?
Certification. Certification by the council.
Oh, so we have certification.
Yes, sir, the agenda was posted.
Yes.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a public comment. Mark Rajeda, Central Basin Water Association, General Manager for Pico Water District. Good morning, directors. I wanted to make a comment about an article that was in the Hughes Media Group, Los Cerritos Community Newspaper, came out December 21st. This particular article had a great many of false allegations that I wanted to try to see if I can put some clarity to it. Allegations against state legislators, water purveyors, Central Basin Water Association, and other individuals. And I'm actually trying to understand why this article would have been written the way it was written and attacking so many different entities and individuals. I think the first part of the article stated that Senate Bill 1794 was a scheme to bankrupt this agency, which is absolutely false. It was a bill created to help this agency, not bankrupt this agency. I think prior to the passage of 1794, the actions by the governing board were leading to that because they were failing to take into consideration how badly revenues were dropping and not making changes to address that. Another allegation was that the three new appointed directors were elected by the purveyors who were chosen by Kevin Hunt. Absolutely not true. Mr. Hunt did not embrace the work we did on Assembly Bill 1794 and fought against us, and he absolutely had no hand in the selection or appointment of the directors. Senate Bill 1794 does not state who the appointed directors are accountable to, just as the elected officials are accountable to those that elect them. The appointed directors are accountable to the purveyors. That should be absolutely black and white to all. The appointed directors, along with Mr. Hunt, are systematically working to bankrupt Central Basin Muni. This agency, again, absolutely false. They're working to the appointed directors, and the purveyors are working to help this agency, and that's why a couple of years ago, a number of purveyors, I believe between 10 and 13, put in a specific amount of time addressing the expenses and revenues of this agency and tried to come up with a plan to help it out, rather than just board members increasing costs that cannot be substantiated. Since the passage of Assembly Bill 1794, the appointed directors have participated in votes and negotiations that are a conflict of interest. I haven't seen anything like that. Maybe some members of the board can enlighten me on that conflict. Assembly member Garcia wanted payback. I am absolutely shocked. Payback for what? It doesn't make any sense. The passage of 1794 took a great deal of work by those of us that worked on that bill. And we never felt that it was going to be passed. That was going to be an uphill climb. And payback, I don't understand where that comes from. Lastly, and there are a number of comments, but just so consider time, the work to pass Assembly Bill 1794 took many months, and during the entire process, at any time, any member of Central Basin Board could have asked any one of the purveyors as to how that was going. The article stated that the elected officials were not aware of the process and what was going on. I don't see how the board members could not have been made aware of that. I don't know why they didn't ask any of the purveyors, especially those purveyors that you represent. So I don't know how you could not have known about that. And also during that time, Mr. Hunt did not work necessarily with the purveyors. He fought to keep the agency as it was, the 5 members. There's another statement regarding the amount of money Central Basin Water Association spent on this. I think it was $130,000 was called out. That's well over our budget, and all of our lobbying at the time was less than $40,000. So I'll take any questions any members of the board members may have on this, but I would hope that this board would want to work with the purveyors, those that purchase water from you, imported water and recycled water, rather than look at something like this and try to fight with us. There is a lawsuit going on right now. The lawsuit is because of the fixed meter charge, which we hope you would not entertain. But in not going after the fixed meter charge, you've got to look at your expenses. So anyway, with that, I thank you.
Anyone else have any comments? If not, do we have any walk-on items of any type?
No.
Okay. If not, privilege of the chair, we're going to go into closed session.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It'll be a closed session pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9, Signal Hill versus Central Basin, 54956.9, Belkey versus Central Basin, 54957, Public Employee Performance Evaluation, Appointment, Discipline, Dismissal, Release, and one item of potential litigation under 54956.9.
Okay, so just for clarification, the agenda's being changed?
I have a privilege to do that.
I'm asking a simple question. That's a
Okay,
yes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you for notifying us.
For the report out of closed session. Board met in closed session to discuss the items identified on the agenda. Following discussion with legal counsel, there was no reportable action taken on any of the items. Mr. President, that concludes the report.
I forget what your last name is.
Lemieux?
Yeah, Lemieux, yeah. On item number 32, I'd like to make a motion to reinstate or to reconsider Mr. Kevin Hunt's employment contract.
Are you looking for ratify?
To ratify, yes.
Okay. Is the chair entertaining the motion?
We need a second.
Second that motion.
Director Chacon?
No.
Director Origi?
Yes.
Director Hawkins?
No.
Director Oscui? Director Vasquez? No. Director Camacho Rodriguez?
No.
President Apodaca?
Yes.
Motion does not pass.
Item 4, the appointment of interim general manager.
Mr. President,
Yes.
I would a motion that we appoint an acting general manager, and I would appoint Mr. Wadier as the acting general manager.
Second. Roll call.
Director Chacon?
Abstain.
Director Origi?
Yes.
Director Hawkins?
Yes.
Director Oscui? Director Vasquez? No. Director Camacho Rodriguez?
No.
President Apodaca? President Apodaca?
Yes.
Motion does not pass.
Now what?
Item 5,
All right, there you go.
MWD activities.
All right, good afternoon. Have 3 items to report for our Metropolitan Water District activities update. So one is the draft water resilience portfolio. Earlier this month, on January 3rd, state agencies released a draft water resilience portfolio. And during the committee meeting at Metropolitan at their Conservation Local Resources Committee, the governor's water portfolio program director, Nancy Vogel, came and visited the board, and she discussed components of that portfolio. This was in response to the executive order that the governor issued back in April of 2019. Second item is the legislative affairs, the Sacramento budget update. So on Friday, January 10th, Governor Newsom submitted his proposed budget, and the staff had shared some of the highlights with member agencies.
Legal, I'm sorry to interrupt,
Yep.
Tammy. We just lost our board president.
Okay, that would mean that we don't have a quorum physically present, and therefore the meeting would have to end if that's a permanent state. Is he coming back?
No, he said he had to leave for a doctor's
Do we
appointment.
not have Camacho Rodriguez?
We have Camacho Rodriguez on.
My recollection is that the Brown Act requires that that you have a quorum physically present when we use teleconferencing.
Move to adjourn?
Would you mind bringing that part of the Brown Act up on the screen so that we can see the section?
Yeah.
Albert, would you mind bringing up the Brown Act
I have that on the screen.
manual?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It's Government Code 54. 54953B, and I'm trying to recall, I know there's a quorum requirement. I'm trying to recall what that is.
Least a quorum of the members shall participate in locations within the boundaries of the territory. Scenarios, at least a quorum of the members shall participate within the boundaries.
Sorry, my computer is slow. Quorum of the members listed as participating from locations within the boundaries. Well, I guess that's true. Oh, no, that's not true. So we don't have a quorum participating from the locations within the boundaries of the territory because
What section is that?
looking at 54953B, subpart Arabic number 3, there's an exception on D, so I'm looking at that. It has to do with joint powers authorities.
Within the boundaries of the territory. Right there. In the teleconference, at least a quorum of the members of the legislative body shall participate from locations within the boundaries of the territory for which the local agency exercises jurisdiction. Sacramento is not within Central Basin Municipal Water District's jurisdiction.
Yeah, so it appears that we no longer have a quorum.
Okay.
Move to adjourn.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know we're supposed to approve, an item for you to proceed with the legal work. Unfortunately, that's not going to be possible.
Right.
Yeah. Jeez. Okay, thank you.